Hmm, nice lamp, but the screen wouldn't be worth much. Too common. What about this board game? Seems nice enough. Ah, but it's missing quite a few pieces. That's a shame. Could have made for a really nice gift otherwise. I still need a gift for the girls. Their birthday's coming up after all. Let's see. What else they got over here in the toy section? Oh, hello there. Now this is a nice find. It's been a while since I've seen a doll like this one. My mother used to have an eye out for these, but she was never able to find one. You little ones are rather rare, aren't you? And usually not in great condition. Not that a worn down doll is anything to be ashamed of course. It just means that it went on many adventures and was possibly passed down through the hands of many excited children. With the age of these ones in particular, I wouldn't be surprised if they'd seen maybe 8 or 10 children grow up before being handed to the next younger sibling, cousin, or friend. Though, you seem a bit different. Great condition overall, even if you're a bit dusty. Little to no scratches or marks. Your joints seem okay, and it looks like you still have all of your accessories. Even your hair looks nicely groomed, no tangles or knots. Either you've always been a collector's item and sat on a shelf in someone's home overlooking the living room, or maybe you belong to an especially gentle child who took excellent care of you. Perhaps you joined lots of tea parties instead of being dragged across the floor by your arms. Whichever may be the case, both options explain the excellent condition of these ball joints. Even without being reassembled with a new piece of elastic, you still do quite well at holding a pose. You're beautiful, aren't you? Such gorgeous craftsmanship. They really don't produce toys to the same standard they used to anymore. Those eyes, that subtle hint of blush on your cheeks and around your joints. I bet you must have been hand-painted, carefully passed through a dozen hands, each adding another color to your face, until finally someone glued a pair of eyelashes to your lids. I can almost feel the love that went into the process. It makes you look almost lifelike. That sparkle in your eyes really makes it seem as though you could jump up and come to life almost any moment. Speaking of love, I don't remember these dolls coming with a hat or a handbag. They're both so cute, and they seem to be homemade, with much attention to detail. Perhaps a doting grandmother made these for you, or perhaps it was your owner themselves. You must have been a prized possession to whoever thought your little ears might get cold. The longer I think about it, the more I want to keep you to myself. You're a marvelous little piece of history. It'd be a shame to give you to the twins. You see, I was initially intending to find a gift for my 2 little nieces, but they're a rowdy bunch. I'm afraid they might break you before they'd ever get a chance to treasure and handle you with the care you deserve. I think I know a nice spot for you. You'd make for a lovely decoration on the shelf in my living room, right across from the fireplace. Close enough to stay cozy, far enough not to be affected by the smoke and soot that inevitably works its way into my carpets and curtains. What do you think? A warm place to stay in my home instead of this dusty antique shop? Don't get me wrong, I think this is a lovely place, and I often come here to look at the furniture and paintings, but I think you may like my house better. I wonder how long you've spent here, waiting for someone to buy you. I rarely make my way over to the toy section. It must have been close to a year since I've set foot in this part of the store. I wonder if I could have found you much earlier if I'd paid more attention. I'm lucky no one else picked you up on how rare you are before I did. Certainly, another collector would have had an easy enough time discerning your worth. As much as I'd hate for you to be broken by the hands of careless children, I'd also hate for you to be destined for a life behind glass. Simply sitting in a display case, with not much more thought sent your way than to show you off to the occasional guest, is barely a worthy life either. I wonder how you ended up here in the first place, since you were clearly adored by your past owner. Maybe you were part of someone's cherished doll collection, and they unfortunately passed away. If the family didn't know much about you or the rest of the dolls, it's simple to imagine how you'd end up at a garage sale, second-hand shop, and eventually an antique store like this one. Alternatively, what if your owner decided it was simply time for you to go on a new adventure? Maybe they sensed you'd be better taken care of in another home. Or perhaps they wanted to know you were in good hands before they inevitably passed on. I know it's unlikely, but for my own sake, I'd like to believe you were simply sent on another adventure. Those other options simply make me much too sad. You're such a lovely little doll. I shouldn't feel so depressed thinking about your past. I should feel happy that you've lived the life you did, so that you eventually ended up in my hands, right here, right now. Enough of the chit-chat. The other people in this shop probably think I'm insane walking to a doll. Can't help it though. Whenever I see something that seems like it possesses a soul, I find myself talking to it. And antiques make me think rather often that they may understand more than they let on. Whether or not it is true though, I have decided that you'll be my find for the day. Thomas, how much for this lovely doll?